আমি এবার আমাদের যে বক্তা রয়েছেন, চারজন বিশিষ্ট বক্তা রয়েছেন। আমি প্রথমেই ফাদার স্যাভিও, সেন্ট জেভিয়ার্স কলেজের প্রিন্সিপাল, তাকে তার বক্তব্য রাখার জন্য অনুরোধ করছি।
নমস্কার, ভেরি গুড আফটারনুন, শুভ নববর্ষ। আমি একটু ইংরেজিতে বলবো। West Bengal has got the best universities of India, the best colleges of India in West Bengal. The best schools of India are in West Bengal. The best is here. Absolutely, there is no doubt about it. The best teachers are from West Bengal. The best scientists are from West Bengal. If we go to United States, all the universities, most of the professors are Bengalis from West Bengal. What I am going to share this evening is how we can keep up the standard, continue to improve the best education in West Bengal. Good afternoon to all the delegates present here today. I express my heartfelt thanks to News 18 Bangla for inviting me as a speaker for the session on education, the propeller of growth, a theme that is contemporary as it is a crucial importance in times of change and flux. We are indeed living in a time of great and rapid change. Look everywhere around you and you will be overwhelmed by the throbbing dynamo of change. Technology at the exponential rate of its present growth inevitably has a cascading avalanche impact on almost every sphere of life. Things we grow up with, things as we have known them, grow out of passion and lie discarded in the garbage heap of history. So it is with education. The red brick building of the 20th century university is now an irrelevant and redundant structure. In the 21st century, education has to confront a new set of challenges, has to reorient itself to new realities, has to keep up with a new generation whose instincts and abilities belong to the future. And most of all, it has to grapple with the problem of ever-increasing number of young people determined and eager for a quality education, so many of them coming from the marginalized and underprivileged section of society. If education is a propeller of change in Bengal and India, the educators must accept the many challenges they face today and the many new responsibilities that come with them. An uneducated society, we know, is a backward society, trapped in the past and chained by ignorance and superstition and repression and indignity. The uplift of the society, socially, economically, politically, depends entirely on education. So if it is to be the propeller of growth, it must be inclusive, not exclusive. It must be democratic and egalitarian. It must have the support of benign governance. It must be given autonomy and freedom. It must have the power to encourage free thinking and vertical growth. It must recognize the virtue of the individual mind. It must accept dissent and discussion and dialogue with the structure of its curriculum. Education that is based on these principles, that is embodiment of these ideals, that is regenerative in the execution and development of these ideas, will truly and genuinely be an education that can foster change and facilitate growth. Today, our educational institution exists within the structures of power and ideology. They are confronted by their own internal pressures. They work in social and political contexts which might often threaten the fabric of their existence. Education and the educators who make it a reality have to develop a new responsibility commensurate to the times in which we live. Education must be made a safe and ethical environment which truly nurtures and stimulates the development of minds. These minds, after all, represent the future. To ensure that future, education must vitalize the present, and it can do so only by adopting very specific goals: accountability, transparency, commitment to the poor and underprivileged to uplift them and bring them into the mainstream of 21st century. Of course, it goes without saying that the pedagogic aims and outcomes, come responsibilities of education remain intact even while they are constantly modernized, upgraded. These are the time-tested pillars on which the edifice of education stands. But if this edifice is to grow, if education is to be the dynamo of change, it should, as I have mentioned earlier, confront change, master change, and integrate into this fundamental character. Look at the lessons we have learned from the pandemic. Educators have risen to the challenge of digital classroom and have grasped the advantage that it provides. This means educators accommodated themselves to a new reality, have adapted to change and learned to harness the advantage of technology with skill and resources that were not even imagined in pre-pandemic times. Keeping abreast of the times is the need of hour if education is to remain contemporary and relevant and fulfill the needs and the expectation of a new generation. Today, we are a more youthful nation with over 35-40% of young people. Our youth are dreaming, aspiring, and throbbing to march ahead in every field. But we need to create and provide ample opportunities and facilities, first and foremost in quality education, that will prepare them for many arenas, be it regional or national or international. Quality education in our country, in Bengal, cannot remain confined to a few urban elite institutions. We need to take quality education to every corner of our beloved Bengal. It is possible in this digitalized world of ours. Interestingly, they are indeed a different generation, having grown up with the internet and all kinds of social media and digital platforms. They have a savviness which can make the 50-year-old teacher look very antiquarian, unless, of course, he is ready for challenge and embraces change. This readiness is what makes education supple and flexible and dynamic, qualities which are dramatically important in an age where education is becoming corporatized and commodified. Much can be said about this corporatization of education and the impact it has had on the teaching learning experience, with the institution becoming industries that churn out or boast of churning out toppers on board exams and competitive exams, fostering the myth of academic excellence calculated by rank and marks. It has produced a generation of learners who are distinguished by the power to cram, to crack mock tests in the mad scramble for places in the engineering, medical, and technological schools. To end, the idea and the nature of education had changed, perhaps not for the best. Education, however, can redeem itself in its enshrines and adopts the principles and ideals that have briefly touched upon. After all, education is not supposed to create only toppers and crammers. If it only is aimed at the mind, education forgets its other great responsibilities to nurture the soul of men and women and make them torchbearers of change, because they have been taught the human virtues of compassion, generosity, respect, and concern. Virtues which help to create a better society for them to live in. Such an education is truly an education that is young, that can be a propellor of change and growth in Bengal and India. West Bengal has got a great future in education. We have everything. What we need is all of us, all the educators should come together, work for the betterment of education, so that our students will have ample opportunities, be in Bengal and do their best. Thank you very much. May God bless us all.
Thank you.